Welcome to another edition of Interruptions. I'm your host, Otis Smith. Today, my next guest is known for his roles on Blackish, House Party 3, Norbert, and playing on Martin. He was also on BET, not BET, but he was also on HBO's Russell Simmons Def Comedy Jam. I'm talking to the legend, underrated, but yet hard hitting, edge comedy, truth telling Michael Colyar. How you doing, sir?
I'm amazing, sir. How are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great, man. Now that you're on here, I'm doing great.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you for inviting me. I'm glad to be here.
Man, you remind me of my last guest in the sense of that you're more than a conqueror, man. You are more than a
Who's your last
conqueror.
guest?
Jay Prince.
No, Jay Prince.
Yeah, CEO, founder of Rap A Lot Records.
Oh, yeah, I know who that is. Great guy. Great guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Congrats for you
Oh,
having him in the interview. Where are
thank
you
you.
interviewing us from, man? In a closet? Where the hell are
No,
you
no,
at?
I'm in the house, man. They told me I'm in my office. I said, well, look, I wanna do them on Microsoft Teams because I can change my backdrop and I can pay homage to them. So this is what they told me. They say, nah, man, Mike old school. Mike no Zoom. Don't try nothing new. You just stick with Zoom. So I said, all right, I go with Zoom
Right.
then.
As long as the format works for you, brother, that's
Hey,
all that
hey, hey!
matters,
Look. The wife ain't gonna let me in the living room, man. The wife ain't gonna let me in the living room. So,
man.
my first question for you is, if you could tell me a little bit about the projects that you have coming up, the Rich and the Ruthless, um, some of the other projects you working on, Holiday, Heartbreak. I wanted to get into some of the new stuff that you're doing now.
Okay, well, The Rich and the Ruthless is it's like a sitcom soap opera,
Okay.
and it's like a black soap opera about black people who own the company. So it's a black-owned soap opera company doing a black soap opera about black people. Victoria Rowell, who's known from The Young and the Restless, as
Yes.
well as Diagnosis Murder. She wrote it, directed, produced it, stars in it with Richard Brooks and several other wonderful artists, including myself. And it's just a really funny sitcom. And this is our fourth season, so we did
Okay.
3 seasons prior to this, and I get to play a character named Willie that's really hilarious. He's always trying to get a bigger part, like
Okay.
most struggling actors. He wants his part to be a little bit bigger, and they making his part a little bit smaller so they can make a little bit more money. And it's just funny, and it was fun. It was awesome, and Victoria Rao is a genius, and she wrote this thing, and her direction is off the chain. The way she cast it is
Okay.
excellent. So
Okay.
that's really cool. I'm not sure which format or which platform it comes out on. We were with UMC for the first 3 seasons, Urban Movie Channel, which I give a salute
Okay.
to. My
Okay.
friend Bob Johnson owns that, who created BET.
Oh wow, Bob.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and that's his venture now. They do all black films and sitcoms and comedy shows, and I would urge everybody to go to UMC. I think it's like $4.99
Okay.
per month. I think it's the least expensive of any of the paid
Okay.
channels. So I think we'll probably go back there, but she cut it in such a way where
Mhm.
she could sell it as a movie if she likes. This next season, she could sell it as a season chopped up into
Oh
episodes,
wow.
or
Wow.
as a movie. So she's still in the business as part of
Sure.
this. So I'm not sure how it'll come out. I know they gave me my check, and that's what's really important.
That's the most important thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh wow. Well, I'm gonna be looking for that. I'm gonna Google that and look for that because you are a talent. I like to see. You made me laugh, hilarious. I loved your character um, in House Party 3. You had
Everybody loves Showboat. You
Uh,
gotta love
but
Showboat.
you had them cats shook.
Yeah, it was really great, and I'm toying with the idea of doing a new movie called Showboats House Party, which is House Party from my perspective. So we started
Oh,
toying with that, shooting a little experimental stuff to see how that works out. But the biggest thing I'm doing, the newest thing I'm doing that you also mentioned, is
Right.
Holiday Heartbreak. Comes out December 16th
Okay.
on BET. And
Okay.
it is an awesome Christmas movie. My wife is played by AJ Johnson. Alisa
Okay.
Ray is in there playing one of the people that I have, like one of my nemesis. Country Wayne is
Oh
in it. He's
wow.
hilarious.
I
And
know he
the
is.
lady who he's really great. And the lady who plays my daughter name is Miriam Bashir. And
Okay.
she was on The Shy. But Lonnie B is in there, who's a internet sensation. He's
Okay.
in there. Joe Clare, the
I know
comedian from
Joe.
DC, first mayor of Rap City, he's in it. But it's just really a really great movie, and I am the star. But they all stars in it, but I just happen to be the star, so
These.
don't get it twisted. Anyway, I probably shouldn't mention that, but it's my first time doing it. So, being the star. So I'm very
Right.
proud of that. So I keep saying it. People say, well, you don't have to say that. You've been around a long time. People expect you to be the star. I don't know what they expect, but I
Okay.
know what it is,
What it
and
is
it
this
is what
time.
it is. So yeah, so it's a real treat. It's a pleasure. I worked with a wonderful producer named Tressa Smallwood, and she is
Okay.
awesome. She's a powerhouse, man, and you'll be
Okay.
hearing a lot more from her. And it was an honor and a pleasure to work on her set. It was so professional, and everybody was so kind. Everybody was
Okay.
just really, really nice people, and helped you make it work. So it's going to
Okay.
be a holiday classic, brother. Yeah,
And
I'm telling you that right now.
that's on December the 16th.
It opens December 16th on BET.
BET. All right.
Now of course it is BET, so they'll probably run it about 9,000 times. So it'll
But hey,
probably be
that's
on the
gonna be great
16th,
though. But
17th.
that's gonna be
And
great.
I ain't mad at nobody. I ain't mad at nobody. Somebody can say, "Oh, I saw your movie 9 times yesterday." I ain't mad.
Good. Watch it
I
for
ain't
the 10th
mad.
time.
Get my practice in. That's right.
Let me ask you a
So yeah.
question.
Mhm.
When you a character like Showboat, or when you were on Martin, how does one take a part, right, and make it when you're not the lead, right, or your part is not one of the most significant characters in the movie or on a show, right? How do you take that opportunity, those scenes that you have, and then just make them count, make them rememberable?
Well, I think that artists should do that with every part.
Okay.
Every part you have, you should try to make your part more memorable than anybody else's part. Without breaking outside the parameters of what the character
Sure.
is and what the story is. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? You don't want to come in as an ice cream man and start juggling,
Right.
but if you're an ice cream man that's also selling weed, then you want to find how far, you see how many in this box, you see how far to that edge of that box you can go. You want to try to
Okay.
be all in there. You want to be in their face. Showboat, the character in the name alone, is Showboat.
Right.
With a name like that, you expect it got to be showboat. You expect him to be, he
Uh-oh.
running things.
Oh,
You want him to get all up on
killing
you.
them.
So it's like, what does a character call for? And
Right.
if you're lucky, you have that character. I was very lucky to have that part. Because that's the standout part in that particular movie. And it gave me a chance to just go crazy, and they let me go. Let me create as I went along, and that's the
Right.
best for me. The best form of art is when everybody is co-creating. It's
Right.
in there doing their thing,
Sure.
and I was in there with giants. Bernie Mac was in it.
Yep.
And oh my God, so many just really
Red.
great
Red.
comedians. Ronaldo Ray.
Yeah.
Yes,
Ronaldo Ray.
Ronaldo
Yeah.
Ray. So many simply marvelous, who has
Yeah.
since transcended, but she's a great female comedian. There was so many. Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker.
That's
Right.
how he became a star from that. He only had like 2 scenes and stole it. He's the perfect example of how you take a little part that doesn't appear to be significant and blowing it up. He had 2 scenes.
Yep.
And I don't think anybody went further after that movie than he did. So what you do is you take whatever you have and you don't try to give it a size. You don't say, "Oh, I only got 8 lines, I only got
Okay.
4 lines." You don't say that. You say, "Oh, this is who I am. And I'm going to tear this up. I'm going to live this. I'm going to embody it. I'm going to embody what this
Gotcha.
person is, what this character is. I'm going to sizzle it." then you just do your best work, man, and
Man,
hope
that's
they don't cut you out and leave you on the editing floor.
okay.
And if you do really good work, they won't cut you out and leave you on the editing floor because it behooves everyone, it benefits everyone if your best work ends up on the screen, bro.
Oh man, I appreciate those are actually words of wisdom to also live by. To that just do the best with what you have at that moment. So I appreciate those words. What?
Wise.
Hmm.
Matter of fact, lean forward here so I can get your forehead temperature.
Okay. Am I cool enough?
Yeah, you 96.4. You all
All
right.
right.
Okay, go ahead.
I appreciate it
I
because
don't
we're
play
not
with that
wearing
COVID
masks.
now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I had one on right before I came on here, though. I ain't playing.
All right. What makes Michael Collier laugh? What's funny to you?
Everything. Everything is just hilarious. You can find humor in anything. You just have to have a heart that's open to have fun.
Okay.
I mean, my life daily, I'm having fun day and night, all day long, because I always seek the joy and the energy and the light. Like, I don't have nothing to complain about. You couldn't
Yes.
beat a complaint out of me. So it's so many things that's fun. Trump makes me laugh. Trump tickles me. Trump, oh my God, he do stuff every day where I laugh. He's a hoot and holler.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I can go on the internet and laugh till I'm almost in pain. I see some comedians that are so great. I just performed with a comedian named Mike Mello.
Mike
They,
Mello.
they all
Okay.
need to come to know that name, Mike Mello.
Okay.
Down in I was in North Carolina, in Richmond.
Okay.
Richmond, North Carolina, playing a club called Charlie Goodnights. And Mike Mello set it on fire. So there's so many great comedians. My morning show make me laugh. I got a
Okay.
morning show
Yeah, you
come on
got a morning
every
show.
morning, 7 a.m. Los Angeles time on YouTube. Just go in and put the Michael Collier morning show. It makes me laugh. I have a co-host that is probably one of the funniest people I ever met in my life. His name is Chris Richards. I just call him
Chris
Funny
Richards.
Chris.
Okay.
And that dude, me and him together on this show, people are hollering, And we put that show together just so people have a place to come to every day where they could laugh and they could pray. But it's a lot of stuff make me laugh. Yeah.
I I appreciate you saying that. I try to find the humor. That's my coping mechanism, is find the humor. And I tell you, I would love to sit with you and I sit together at a funeral, because I find some humor at a funeral. I'm gonna tell you right
Mm-mm.
now.
You be
I,
giggling at the funeral, brother.
man, listen. I remember a time my grandmother passed, my mother's mother. And you know
Hmm.
what me and my mother were doing? We were
What?
sitting. Now keep in mind, it's my mother's mother, so we sitting in the front row. But we talked
Right.
about everybody that walked in the church. Every single person. That's all we did.
And guess who appreciated that most? Her mother.
Oh
Her
yeah, that
mother
was,
dug that. Her spirit dug that. That y'all wasn't sitting around there weeping and crying and making it a sad event. That you found light and joy, even during a time of transition. I guarantee
yeah.
you, she enjoyed that, man.
I'm
You
glad.
know?
Yeah, I'm good. That's. I mean, even at my mother's funeral, I did this. I did the same thing. I did an Apollo comedy hour. I basically I just talked about the funny things about my mother, and so
Mm-hmm.
because that's my
Mm-hmm.
coping mechanism, is find the humor in the situation. So I'm glad you
So
said that.
I was just thinking about something.
Sure.
I was trying to look it up real quick.
Uh huh.
There was a Chinaman, and this is an old story, and it could be true, or it could just be a story, or it could be
Okay.
folklore. There was a Chinaman who lived in a province where he was a monk,
Okay.
but he always encouraged people to laugh, 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 laugh. No matter
Sure.
what you do, laugh.
Okay.
And he died, but when he died, he had left in his will that no one, if he died, no one should remove his clothing.
Mm.
They should put him on a funeral pyre. You know what that
Mm.
is? Where they burn your body.
Right.
They
Right.
build up all these. Okay, they should put him on a funeral pyre and set him on fire, and don't remove his clothing. And he had been teaching laughter. Every place when he taught laughter, they didn't realize that he had put explosives attached to his body, all across his body, underneath the clothing, because he knew he was going to die. So they lit
Wow.
the funeral fire. Everybody cried. They wept. And then when it got to burning him,
Right.
fireworks blew up. Everybody was shocked. And then they stopped. and burst up laughing. They just fell out laughing because even to the very end,
And
he was pulling tricks on people and trying to keep humor in the air. And I don't
wow.
know if it's a true story, but I know
Right.
the story and I've heard it for years. So laughter is healing, brother.
It
It
is.
is
It is.
scientific fact that you can change your health by laughing. And so I'm trying to heal people every day and all day long. I'm trying to find humor in everything I see. So that's how I'm doing it.
I appreciate the gift that you have, and that segue actually into my next question, which is,
Okay.
what's the difference of somebody being like a funny person, being funny, and the difference of being a comedian?
What?
Far as like use an example, like you see some people that are funny, right? But they can't stand up and do stand up material, like you do. So
I,
what's
I think
go ahead.
I think the difference is training, practice.
Okay.
A lot of people can't stand in front of an audience and do it. The biggest fear in the world
Hmm.
is public speaking.
Okay.
More people are scared of public speaking than anything. They're more scared than dying in an elevator, more scared than dying in fire, more scared than drowning, more afraid of being exposed for who they are. They're more afraid of anything. People are more
Hmm.
afraid of anything. The thing they're most scared of, speaking in front of a crowd. So a lot of people are funny at home. They're no living room comedians.
Right.
My mama and Pookie and I, Shirley and Riri
Right.
sitting
Right.
in the living room, they could just joke because they've let their guards down. They don't care what people think because they're in a comfortable environment.
Gotcha.
But when you stand in front of people who don't know you, a lot of
Hmm.
people fear that they're going to be judged. That's why
Okay.
you see the greatest artists are the artists with no fear. It's not just comedians. It's
Right.
musicians, it's poets, it's everybody.
True.
The ones that walk out there and they ain't afraid of nothing,
Right.
they excel, man, because they get a chance to be their true selves. And our true selves, at our very core, at the
Hmm.
core of our being, we are excellent, powerful, awesome individuals. But there's
Gotcha.
so much stuff outside of us that
Hmm.
frightens us and tricks us and tell you, oh, you ain't all that, and oh, you can't do it. Like, you'll be shocked how many people won't believe in you because they can't believe in themselves. I mean, who are you to be somebody when I ain't shit?
Right.
People think like that all day long. The heroes, the giants, are the
Okay.
ones who don't care about what people think. But I never could understand why the hell anybody care what somebody else think about them.
Right.
So to get to your question, a lot of people don't have the courage to stand up in front of an audience and do it,
Gotcha.
but they have a naturalness about it. They just funny, they giggly, they know how
Hmm.
to find the funny in something. But they too could do it
Hmm.
if they discipline themselves. Get in
Gotcha.
front of the mirror, practice their material, learn their material so they stay off the top of their head. Have real material, as
Right.
opposed to saying whatever they saw funny around the room. Have real funny stuff to talk about or see a funny take on something. You
Okay.
see a funny take on Biden and Kamala coming in. That's funny. Can you
Right.
stand on the stage and do it? Because it's tricky when it's just you by yourself on the stage and it's 400 people, 800 people, 1,000 people all looking at you. Come on, make us laugh. But they don't be like that after you tell your first joke. You tell your first joke, and no matter what they look like, their face change. They start to smile a little. You
Gotcha.
get funny, they get to laugh, then they get to hitting their side, hitting their part. But you have to have the courage to break through that wall of fear.
It's funny,
Yeah.
you say that because when you said tricky, let me tell you something. When you said tricky, I'm gonna tell you where you took me back to. When you said tricky, you took me back to that Shaq and Emmett Smith roast because that's what you told Doug. You said to do this is tricky. Everybody everybody can't do this type of thing, at a roast. And you
Everybody can't do it. And you saw that boy go up there and die too, didn't you? You saw that boy go up there and try to do it, but I love that brother. He's a funny comedian, Doug Williams. But that night he was out of his depth. You know what I'm
gotcha.
saying?
Yes.
There are masters in that room. And here's again when I'm talking about courage.
Right.
He tried to play with Emmett Smith with stuff that wasn't funny. You supposed to, if it's a roast, you roast somebody. You
Right.
know? I mean, I know your mama good. I had her myself. You know what I'm saying? You got to say it and mean it to the point that they laugh at you.
Right.
But he was saying stuff that just wasn't coming off. It wasn't pow, pow. It wasn't roast material. And he
Right.
was at a roast. So
Right.
unfortunately,
He got
Jamie
roasted.
Foxx Jamie
Roasted
Foxx
him.
had a microphone. You don't really want
Ooh.
Jamie Foxx to have a microphone and you be mediocre. You don't, trust me. Well, the world found out that day. You don't want that. You don't want that, because he was in the back saying stuff. He was killing that poor dude. The guy was like the Hindenburg. He burst into flames and crashed.
And you
It was
said that, and
bad.
you said that too. You told him that. You said, you
Well,
said you
I'm going to
burst
point
in
it out.
flames. You said you burst in flames. I tell you
It
what,
was
the
too
one
bad.
there's a joke you did that I never said it was mine. I said I got it from you, but I love telling. And that was that when you said you don't do racial jokes, you say, but I'm gonna tell one. And you was talking about the throwing the guy
You
off
do
the
give me
mountain.
my credit when you say it. You say I got this from Michael Colyar.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Because I'm not a stand-up
Okay.
comedian, but I was able
Okay.
to memorize it, and man,
Are you a
that
sit
was so
down
funny.
comedian?
Am I a sit-down comedian? No,
Are
I'm
you
in my
funny when you're
natural.
sitting down?
I'm natural in my habitat now.
Okay, talk show host.
And it,
Okay. All right. All right.
trust me, I'm gonna stay in my lane. Like I say, I'm like you said, I'm the funny guy around the family. Yeah,
There it is.
I'm
There it
not
is.
I'm not
Mm-hmm.
looking at you or anybody else. Oh, I can do what they doing. No, no. Like you said,
Mm-hmm.
stay in your element. So
That's right.
I appreciate the things that you've been doing. What was it
Mm-hmm.
like for you when you started getting put on? When you started doing the Martins and the when you started being in the movies and the film. What was that feeling like for you to start your career really started to take off and taking some shape?
Well, of course, it always feels good to get a part. A
Hmm.
great part somewhere working with somebody. Martin was probably one of the best artists and one of the best um, sets that I've ever worked on. It was the most
Sure.
professional. It was fun. It was generous. It was a giving set. Martin is a genius. So, working with him was outstanding. So, of course, it was great. Every
Hmm.
every step up is great. But, from the time I started, I constantly worked. So I started in 85 doing street performance. And then winter came. Wasn't nobody trying to hit no jokes on State Street in December. So I drove out to California with whatever would
And it's
fit in my
beach.
car. Yep, and I sold everything else, and I spent 9 years on Venice Beach. But being on Venice Beach, that would just help me build my comedic muscle. I was out there
Right.
telling jokes, and I had to learn improv because people would walk up all the time, try to interrupt the show. I had to
Right.
kill them, get right back on the show, never losing my show to anybody. So it was a big breeding ground and learning ground for
Okay.
me, as well as it was very lucrative. But then all kind of people would see me. So the people who cast for Martin would see me out there and say, come audition. People who see me for movies, Hot Shots Part 2, Johnny Be Good, they would see me out there and say, wow, come and audition. So it was good. And of course, when you get the part, it's heaven. When you get any actor, when you get a part, he's
Sure.
thrilled. Yeah, so it was supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That's how it was.
You can say it. I can't. Uh,
I can't spell it, though. I can't spell it.
we ain't gotta spell it. What is the craziest thing you've seen in the industry in entertainment? What are the craziest things you've seen?
The craziest thing I've seen in entertainment is the advent of Donald Trump. Because that's what this is. This is entertainment. This is not politics. It's
Yeah.
entertainment, man. There's a talk show host who's a thief and a poor businessman who's slippery and sneaky and figured out how to win this election. And so he got in the office and doing stuff he don't know what he's doing and don't care,
Don't care.
And I keep thinking that it's a bad dream, that somebody gonna wake me up. Either that or I'm being punked. And somebody like Obama gonna jump out the closet. Michael, man, we just messing with you, man. Come on, we ain't let that fool be president.
Okay.
So in entertainment, that is the wildest thing I've ever seen. All right, honey. Honey, do you have the list off the refrigerator? Yeah, I took a photo. All right. I love you, mama. Call me if you need me. All right, boo. I ain't got no money. All right, boo. Love you. Love you, sweetie. Okay, so but otherwise the entertainment, I don't know. I don't know wild things that I would be able to put my finger on.
No, I like what you just said. Listen, here
Yeah.
interruptions. Your answer is your answer. I'm not looking for a certain
Hmm.
answer. So you're
So
right.
who's seeing this? You ain't got. I'm looking at your numbers. You ain't got about 18 people watching. Who are your followers? Is this your
18
family
people.
members? This your family members? I'm just, I'm
Actually,
just joking.
actually, it's a couple of neighbors in the neighborhood. I told them I had they like you, and they said, well, they get on.
Tell them get on time. Though get on time.
A final question for you is, you talked
Final
about
question.
being, addicted to crack for 23 years,
Hmm.
and being who you are and sober and clean. What prompted you to stop using crack? What was that like?
Couldn't find good dope anymore. They just mess and step all on it with kind of, oh, it's terrible. It used to be tasty.
You was like,
No,
I gotta get off. You was like, I gotta get
what
off.
prompted me is I just wanted better for my life.
Sure.
I want to use my good sense instead of being a fool. I've been for years and
Mhm.
watching so many people pass me by and breaking my wife's heart. There was so many variables. It wasn't one thing
Mhm.
that broke the camel's back. It wasn't a
Sure.
single straw. It was a combination of. It's just like when relationships break up,
Mhm.
they don't break up because one thing happened. It's a
Correct.
series of things that keep building and building, and finally you just can't take it no more. And
Right.
I got to a point. My mother was getting ill. She did never acknowledge that I had an addiction. I never discussed it with her. But your mama always know.
Always know.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I didn't want her last days to be with me out there being a fool. And I mean, I was never out there, out there.
Right.
Nobody knew I was getting high except the people I was getting high with and the people I bought my drugs from.
Right.
So I was very quiet about it. I was a functional addict. I could still be doing it right now the way I was doing it, and y'all wouldn't know anything except a lot of key people would know,
Sure.
folks that would hire me, because when you high, you don't think nobody know you high but you.
Right.
But it's very curious when you look at all around. It's very curious when you're sweating like R. Kelly in the playground. It's curious when all these things are happening and people could put two and two together. So I missed a lot
Sure.
of opportunities and blew great friendships and all kind of stuff I lost as a result of you know as a result of being a fool and not really connected with my higher source. Everything really is about family and God. And once you get family and God down,
Right.
everything else takes care of itself.
Yep.
So I start connecting to God. In fact, in all the programs, whether it's AA, NA, CA, even AAA, they all say you have to have a relationship with the God of your choosing. They don't
Right.
tell you who to call God. They don't say it's
Sure.
Allah or Yahweh or Buddha or Bob or Pookie and them. They don't tell you who to call God, but you have to have a relationship
Relationship.
with a God, and which is common sense. You have to know that there's something in this universe that's greater than you, that created everything from nothingness, and it did it for you, and it did it in the name of love. And once you start connecting to that, then you start coming back to your common sense, you
Gotcha.
know? And
Yeah.
I got back to common sense. I got back to realizing what it's like to taste food. Oh God, it's delicious. Um, what it's like to have respect and honor wherever
Right.
you go. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what it's like to have true fun. I thought I was having fun all of the nights. I'd be in dirty motel rooms with women I generally wouldn't talk to on the street. And
Right.
I thought that was fun. But I'm having way more fun. I'm having the most fun right now I've ever had in my life. I'm smack dab in the middle of my dream. I do my morning show every morning, 7 days a week until Thanksgiving. After that, I'm
Right.
going to stop weekends. But 7 days a week since March 13th. I do a
Wow.
1 hour show every day. And it fluctuates from an hour to hour
Sure.
and a half. And it's all about comedy and joy and God. And we do it every day. And that's on YouTube. You go to The Michael Colyar Morning Show. Come on in, like us, and subscribe. I
I'm a
do a
subscribe.
Thank you, brother. I do a show where I interview major stars every Wednesday night called Michael Colyar Superstar Interviews. Now that's on Instagram, 6
Instagram.
p.m. Los Angeles time. Last week, I had a wonderful vocalist named Maimuna Youssef, who's
Okay.
a Grammy-nominated vocalist who's out of this world. She opened for Common everywhere. She works with some of the major artists on the planet.
Gotcha.
And we had Nico Annan. Do you know who that is?
No, don't know who that is.
You will know by next year, though, brother. There's a
Okay.
show out there called P Valley. You ever heard about P Valley?
Yeah, I heard about P Valley. Yeah.
You know the P stand for?
I don't even. There's a reason why I didn't watch the show.
Because what the P stand for? Are you a
what I
reverend?
believe, what I believe the P stands for.
Are you a minister?
No,
Okay,
man of
you just
God,
a
man of God, man of
listen.
God. But when I saw the different clips, I wasn't feeling it.
I am a man of God too, and it stands for Pussy, P Valley. And the thing is, it's one of the
Well, I can
one of the
get with
best.
that. Nah, I can get with that.
Well, it's one of the best shows on television. I think it's on Stars.
Okay.
And I had the star, the lead of that last week. But I've had Russell Simmons on my evening
Okay.
shows. I have Wyclef Jean, Dougie Fresh. Anyway, I do that. It's a 1 hour show with two major stars every Wednesday, 6 p.m. on Instagram.
All
And
right.
then every Thursday morning, I read books to the children. So I'll read one book to the children. I'll do 2 poems from
Wow.
Shel Silverstein. Then I'll break out a puppet because we got to give something to our kids. Our kids are hearing
Sure.
everything too. Our kids
Yes.
are listening to CNN constantly, negative news, and they hear that people are dying and people are sick and COVID is
Right.
coming and racism is everywhere and George Floyd got killed by the police. They hear all this, and we got to keep reinforcing to them that they're going to be all right. That don't have nothing to do with them. Mama gonna always look out. Daddy
Right.
gonna always look out for you and
Right.
themselves. Y'all safe. We gotta keep reminding them. So I read every Thursday morning, 11 a.m. on Instagram to the kids. You know, when I say these times, all my times are Pacific time. That's Los
Right.
Angeles time. You have to adjust it to your time. Besides that, I've just written my 4th and 5th book. I just finished this movie, which is amazing. Holiday Heartbreak is off the chain, you know, so that drops December. I'm doing comedy shows everywhere.
You
I'm
working?
living my life. Well, I'm blessed. I am
You
blessed,
blessed?
man.
Yes.
You know, I mean, the fact that I do what I do, I say silly, giggly shit, and people give me money. It's crazy. But I know that I am blessed, you know, and I do what I love. If
Mm-hmm.
you watch me work, you can tell I love what I do. It is the key
Yes.
to life, brother. You got to do what you love. Chasing money is going to never bring you joy. You ain't going to catch
Correct.
money no way. Money way faster than your ass. Money
Yep.
has more experience running from you than you have chasing it. But when you follow your heart, then God is your supply, brother. So that's a whole lot of people making more money than me. But ain't nobody having more
Have more
fun than
fun
me.
than
I
you.
swear to God. It ain't happening. I'm in love with a great goddess, a great queen who loves me and likes me too. Bought my first home. I'm 63. I don't feel a day over 59, but I finally bought my own home. Everything in
That's
my life
great.
is coming together, and all of that are the gifts of sobriety, brother. But I needed to be an addict. I needed to do crack for 23 years. Come March 1st, I'll have 10 years of pure sobriety. But the reason I need to do that crack is
Mm-hmm.
because God knew I was going to come back and talk about it. I'm
Gotcha.
healing people every day by
Gotcha.
telling them my story, you
And,
know?
and that's why
So
I call
I
you
don't have no.
more. That's why I call you more than a conqueror, man. Because you have championed the thing that was trying to beat you. You beat it. And
That's
like
right.
you said, you know the thing. Before I let you go, this is the thing you just said that I really like. You said, you know, there may be other people, comedians, actors, or whatever, making more money than you, but nobody's
Mhm.
having more fun than you. And
That's
what I
right.
like about that statement is your thing is, hey, I'm in my wheelhouse. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm happy doing what I'm doing, and you're not worried about. Hey, I need to be up with them, or I need to be at this
That's
level,
right.
and that's why you're happy. So many people trying to chase other people, and just instead of just trying to get what God got for them. So I
You know,
I
here's a
appreciate
better
that.
way to put that. Here's a
Go
better
ahead.
way for me to put that.
Okay.
Everything's in divine order. Boom.
There it is.
That's it.
That's it.
Everything's in divine order. God is running all of it. So I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. If I
Correct.
was supposed to be somewhere else, I'd be there right now doing that. But
Right.
I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I'm happy with what I have. Yet I always work for more because the richest person in the world is the one who's content with what he has. You
Right.
know, I'm content with what I have, but yet I still would love more. I'd love to have a big old mansion like Cedric the Entertainer. I went online the other day and put up Cedric the Entertainer's house.
Uh-huh.
I burst into tears. It's fabulous. This house is a neighborhood, okay? But am I envious if it? No. Am I jealous? No.
No.
Mine will come in my time, or
Correct.
not at all. The house I'm in now is my castle, and it's quite lovely. You know, I
Eh,
ain't got no swimming pool, but I don't give a damn. I don't swim,
Will.
so I have everything. I have everything I'm supposed to have. All of my needs I've always met, because God doesn't just love me; He likes me too. You know, and He likes me because I learned again how to love myself.
Self. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And once you get there, everything else just falls in
Everything is good.
place, man.
Well, I tell you what, when you get ready to get your mansion, come on to Georgia. You'll get it much cheaper than you would in
Oh, it's
California.
much cheaper in Georgia. Where are you at in Georgia?
I'm out in Loganville,
Okay, what is that near? What's the major cities near?
Atlanta, outside of Atlanta, outside of
I
Atlanta.
said, oh, nice.
And,
Yeah,
and, and let me
good,
tell you,
good property value.
oh yeah, listen, man, you can get one down here for 600 grand, man. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to
Wow,
tell you.
you can barely get a sandwich in Hollywood for
That's
$600,000.
why I ain't trying to move to Hollywood. I visit,
That's
but
right.
then I got to leave.
You got to be where my work is, though, man. You know, I'm
I
gonna be a
know,
big
I
old
know.
star. I'm gonna be a
You
star.
already there, man. You
You know
already
I
there.
am, and you know
And,
I know, player. I'm just talking to you.
well, we appreciate you, man, coming on interruption. Make sure you stay safe and keep being blessed and keep being that great example for us, man. And we love you.
Thank you. And everybody, please follow me on Instagram. It's my name, Michael underscore Colyar, Colyar. Go on and get on my page and sign up and like me so I can build my numbers. I'm about to embark in some other things. I'm about to start getting on that TikTok. I'm about to do more of the Instagram stuff. I'm doing all of it, man. I feel like I'm 17 years old, man. I pop up in the morning ready to go, man. First thing I do, I get up and I say my prayers. Well, I brush my teeth first because I don't like to talk to God with a dirty mouth. But as soon as I get through, I say my prayers, man. And my prayers are prayers of gratitude. Thank you, God, for everything, because all of it is a blessing. Thank you for letting me be on your show today, sir. And God bless you real good.
God bless you. Stay safe.
Right.
Love you.
Michael Kaya, I'm out. Peace.